I see one more. All right. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Media Center at the JGBC Classic. Clearly, I'm not there with you. I'm at home, but I'm really excited that we've got USA Solheim Cup captain Stacy Lewis for 2023 here with a special guest sitting to her side. I think you all know who that is, but Stacy, I'll kick things over to you and let you make your announcement.
Thank you, Christina. Well, today's a fun day for me. I get to announce my first assistant captain is Morgan Pressel, and obviously she was at the top of my list when I started thinking about who I wanted to do this with, and you know, for a variety of reasons. But I was really glad that she said yes very quickly, and wanted to get the news out quick so we could get the ball rolling and get to work.
That's awesome. Morgan, going over to you. I know you're a longtime Solheim Cup player. Solheim Cup passion runs in your blood. What were your thoughts when Stacy gave you the call?
Yeah, I was very honored. I was first excited when Stacy got the captaincy, and then when she asked me to help and be part of the team. I mean, the Solheim Cup has been a huge part of my career. It's always some of the biggest highlights. I have a huge passion for it, and I'm excited to be involved with Stacy, help her behind the scenes, and you know, bring a great team to Spain next year.
You've been on 6 teams. You made a winning point. You've seen this team inside and out. Morgan, what are some of your greatest memories of your time on the Solheim Cup team?
Oh, wow. There's so many. And some are on the golf course and some are off the golf course, too. You know, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes in the team room, playing an individual sport our whole lives, to have that opportunity to be in a team room and a team atmosphere with some of the greatest players from our country. It's always a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see it from the other side. I'd say some of the on-course memories, I mean, certainly, you know, clinching the cup in 09. I mean, but then playing in terrible weather in Scotland, you know, it's all kind of part of it. It ebbs and flows, but it's all just such an honor to wear the red, white, and blue and have the opportunity to represent our country. And yeah, I'm just excited to be involved in it again next year.
Spain's definitely going to bring us some different weather conditions next year. Stacy, as you said, Morgan was immediately on your mind. What does Morgan bring to the team, and what are you looking forward to working with her on over the next year?
When I was thinking about my assistants in general, I wanted people with passion for the Solheim Cup and people that love it. And Morgan fits that part to a T. I've always admired the way she's played, the tenacity, the fight. I think that's something that I've played with myself, but I think that also needs to translate to our team as well. So it's kind of more just who she is as a person is what I wanted. She's super organized, which is going to be very helpful. And also the clothes side. Morgan's going to be my go-to with the clothes. So you got to think about all this stuff as captain. You know, there's a lot of things that go into it. So you know, it was really more the passion though for the event, and that's something that I want the girls that they're going to see in all of the assistants and out of me too, is our love for it, and you know, and that fight to go get the cup back.
Morgan, still playing certainly, but really active still now on the Golf Channel side of things. How do you think that Golf Channel prep will help you as you're helping Stacy figure out who's going to be on Team USA next year at Think the Court is in?
Well, I think I definitely watch a lot more golf than when I play. So I'll definitely see week in, week out who is really playing well, how they're handling the pressure. I pay a lot more attention to statistics and, you know, where different players fall in that category. And I know that Stacy and I are going to potentially take some time to study the course in Spain, see what might work well in terms of playing style, and just kind of go from there. I guess I'll be, while Stacy's out there, you know, playing, I'll be the one really watching every broadcast to see how the players are doing.
And she also got to see last year's Solheim Cup from the booth and kind of see the ebbs and flow of it, of where, you know, key things seem to happen in matches and things like that. So, you know, that's another side I'm definitely going to pick her brain on what she saw last time and how we can do better from that side too.
Great. We'll start opening it up for questions. We're going to start here on the Zoom. Beth Ann, I know you've got some questions. You want to open your mic?
Yes, hello everyone. Congratulations.
Hi, Beth Ann.
Hello. So Morgan, first for you, what have you appreciated over the years the most about various leadership regimes of the Solheim Cup in terms of what you felt like really worked?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that each captain that I've had the opportunity to play under has brought kind of their own style and their own flair. And I think something that certainly Stacy carries as well, and she's mentioned already today, is they all have tremendous passion. And I think Stacy has taken some notes, and I know that I saw her notebook yesterday. So she's, as we've all learned from playing under different captains, kind of things that we loved and maybe some things that we'd like to see done differently. And I think, I've had the honor to play under some of the greatest, players for Team USA and great leaders. So it's a tough task. It's a tough task. So I'm going to be here supporting Stacy from behind the scenes more so, but I'll be her cheerleader and try and do everything that I can to support her and everything that she wants to see come out of Team USA.
Is there anything you really want to do that you'd say to Stacy, hey, this really fits my brain, or besides the clothes?
I don't know if she wants to do that. I just put it on her.
I don't know if we've gotten quite that far yet. We're kind of just starting to get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I mentioned, I'll definitely be paying attention through the broadcasts and my role with Golf Channel and NBC Sports in that direction. And I think I will definitely be able to help there. And, I guess we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And I just have one more for Stacy. When you're figuring out like your group of supporters, not just your assistant captains, but your helpers, did this sort of come really quickly to you, like immediately who you knew you wanted, or did you have like pages in your notebook?
As far as Morgan or?
Everybody. I'm
everybody.
Sure you already know kind of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Morgan.
There's been a couple people that were immediately kind of on the table. And then others, other pieces I'm going to have to think through. But, I really want the environment to be really good around the players and to make that environment comfortable and relaxing and fun. You have to have the right people, and it starts with your assistants. I realized that last year is that your assistants spend a lot of time with the players, even more than I do. So it's really important that the players are excited about your assistants as well, and they are comfortable with having them around, and just creating a really fun, relaxing environment. That's ultimately the goal. And I'm thinking about everybody. You're thinking about helpers, you're thinking about cart drivers, just all the people, even your LPGA support staff, you kind of want to have the right people there too. So that's kind of our job right now and what we're working on.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thanks, Beth Ann. We're going to go there in the room. Kent Paisley, I know you've got some questions. I can't see you, but I know you have them.
He's here.
Good hearing from you, Christina. Stacy, have you thought about how many assistants you want?
We're allowed to have 3. I don't know if we necessarily need 3. If it turns out I do end up playing, we do need 3. So I think I'm going to get 2 here pretty quickly and then kind of wait on the 3rd and just see how things play out, just as far as who's going to make the team and things like that. So it'll be a work in progress.
Have you reached out to the second potential captain?
I have. And she said yes, but we can't say who it is yet.
Morgan, you were mentioning how there are some things you would want to change from past Solheim Cups. What are those, and have you both talked about them already?
Yeah, I think one of the things that even Stacy's already kind of started is just a little bit more transparency with the players, better communication. And, she's already kicked that off from the day before she was announced as captain. So I know that's a big goal as part of her leadership, and try and be as available to the players as possible. And it's really all about how can they succeed the best? How can they feel the most comfortable out there? And it's about the atmosphere in the team room, but it's also the year and a half leading up to it. Encouragement for the players, definitely communication, things like that.
Stacy, what's that communication been like so far?
It's been great. It's pretty simple stuff. I mean, I've tried to just get, when we said there's an announcement coming today, I want them to know the announcement. I don't want them to find out on Twitter. I think just kind of little things like that, just to make sure they really feel a part of what we're doing. I got to talk to quite a few players over in Asia about, things they liked, things they didn't like. And so, I want to figure out how I can make the Solheim Cup week as much like a regular week as possible, whether that's practice or, just so they can go through their normal routine in a day of working out and getting treatment or whatever they need to do. I just want to make it as normal as possible. So I need to talk to them. I need to know what they like, what they don't like. So it's started, and the girls have been great. They've been really open, and they're excited about this too. Have
any suggestions stood out?
The big one is practice and kind of what you're required to do every day. They want more input in the pairings and things like that, which is great. We need to educate them a little bit more about the process and how it works too, so they can better help us. So, they just really want to be involved, and that's, and I think it's a great thing.
Great. Thanks, Kent. We're going to go back to Zoom. Keely, I know you've got some questions. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Congratulations, Morgan.
Thanks, Keely.
As Stacy mentioned, you had a different perspective watching the Solheim Cup from the booth. I'm curious as to what you learned from that, and like how you saw the Solheim Cup differently, and if that helps inform you on how you're going to make any assistant captain decisions.
Well, one of the things that I saw was a really strong European team, probably the strongest that they've ever put together. So I definitely saw that in almost every shot that they hit. I'm not going to lie, it was hard to be neutral, but I tried to do my best. That was its own challenge in itself, but taking a step back, and I know I spoke to Stacy even earlier in the week just about how everything was going on. I think Stacy, having been now unofficially an assistant captain in Scotland and then an assistant captain last time, she really has a good idea of the ins and outs of what needs to be done and how things need to work within the team. And I saw that from her last year for sure. And, we got to put together a great squad. That's really the key.
Awesome. Thank you.
You two, you're going to be captain, assistant captain now, but you've got a lot of experience as teammates inside the ropes at the Solheim Cup. What are some of your memories there, and how do you think that dynamic is going to help? Do you think that dynamic will help as you look ahead to next year?
Do we ever play a match together?
No, we were maybe going to in Scotland.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed in Scotland. I think Julie was actually going to send us out first match, first day. So we were both really fired up for that, and fortunately didn't get to do it. But just our experience of playing with different people and different pairings, and just the ebbs and flows of matches and how it works, and she has so much experience in it. And I just think it's important to get lots of different perspectives, because I think there's lots of different ways to do it. And so what's worked for her maybe didn't work for me, and, that can help other players differently. So, she's played 6, I've played 5, I think 4, 5, I think made 5, I guess, played 4. But just the experience of knowing what the week is like and what it's going to be like for the players, we just really need to prepare them on that front.
And I think that one of the things that we've learned over the years too is that there is a wide range of personalities within the team and within those team rooms and even within leadership. And I think that is a good thing, not a bad thing. Like it can really, really work well for the team to have those different approaches, different personalities, and really work together to put out the best team possible.
Great. I'll have to rely on Sarah there. Just let me know if we have any other questions from Kent or anything left in the Zoom. While we're doing that, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Carlsbad this week. Stacy, you'll be playing with I believe Ingy and Julie over the first 2 days. How does it look out there? And think you'll pick Captain Easter's mind at all about some other topics?
I'm sure it will come up at some point. I already saw her this week, and she was asking how things were going. So, but it is nice and toasty and warm here in San Diego. So those of you that aren't here, you're missing out. But we're here for a great week again. Obviously, everyone's kind of got Chevron on their minds for next week. So just really trying to get ready for next week more than anything.
I did also want to ask both of you about Chevron coming into the last event at Mission Hills. Both of you as past champions have made that jump. What are your thoughts? I'll start with you, Morgan, as we head to the final week in the desert, your memories that you've got there, and just knowing that it's not the last tournament, but the opportunity to celebrate Mission Hills.
Yeah, Mission Hills has always been one of my favorite courses. Maybe I'm a little biased. I think Stacy
I'm on the same
probably
page.
feels the same way. And we've had an incredible run at Mission Hills in the desert. Having the honor to have jumped in Poppy's Pond is definitely a moment that I'll remember my entire career. So it is a little bit bittersweet being the last year, but I'm really excited for Chevron being on board. I think they have really big ideas and big dreams for the future, and I kind of think about it as kind of the transition when we made the transition to the KPMG Women's PGA Championship and how that really evolved into, I think, a more spectacular event than any of us could have dreamed. And I really think Chevron has seen that and wants to put their own stamp on our major.
Yeah, and I when you were talking about winning, that was really where I met Morgan for the first time. I played with her that final round the year she won, and I was out there as Loam when you jumped in the pond. I just remember being out there. I was like, gosh, I want to jump in that pond myself. And to get to do it a few years later was really, really cool. And obviously, like she said, it's such a great place, and we have a great history there. But it probably was time, and we're going to celebrate our past next week, which is going to be so much fun. And, I'd love to take one more jump myself. So that's what I'm working for.
Absolutely. Well, unless I hear anything from Sarah, I'll close out with one last question. I listened in on a meeting you two had yesterday. All sorts of new stuff that I'm sure you've never quite had to work on before for the Solheim Cup. What's been some of the more eye-opening things you've learned about that now fall under your care, Stacy, as you look to next year?
Nothing's really surprised me too much yet. I knew there was a lot that was going to go on, kind of behind the scenes to get ready, but I haven't been too surprised yet. I don't know. Morgan?
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot to really, a lot of tasks on the to-do list. And I mean, I always knew that they were there and that the captains in the past have worked really hard behind the scenes to make all of that possible, along with the LPGA staff. And, so yeah, I just saw the checklist, and it's like, okay, we've got a lot to work on, but we got some time, so we're prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Well, the team's in good hands. Thank you both so much. Thanks to everybody in the room. Enjoy the week, and we'll see you next week in the desert.
Sounds
Bye, guys.
good. Thanks.